This is the voice of freedom. We are not one voice. We are many. We are your voice. But we can only be effective if you use your voice. Your voice. This is the voice of freedom. We will not hide from the truth. We will ask the hard questions until we are sure we have the truth. Welcome to the voice of freedom, where your voice will never be silenced. And welcome, folks. Having a great day. I hope you are too. Isn't it fun to pack house? That's about all I've got to say about that right now. Well, the rainmakers have succeeded, at least on the Sunshine Coast. It has just started to persistently precipitate, particularly in my part of the world. So we can expect that for the next few days. Did I mention moving house? Really happy about that. At any rate, Tuesday night, let's get into it. We're going to have a bit of an interesting show tonight. There's been some interesting things happening in Canberra recently, and I've never personally been to Canberra for any of the protests, and I don't presume to have an opinion or say or much knowledge about those that are known as the Canberra Standers. I know a few people are amongst them, and there is one man who spent months down there with them. And so who better to talk about what's going on in Canberra tonight than to bring Guru on himself. Good evening, Dave. How are you, my friend?
Very well, thank you, Carl. How are you?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The Rainmakers' work has started, so and they're going to hit us pretty hard. It's Queensland, coastal and inland. It's the Queensland-New South Wales border around, obviously, Lismore looks like it's going to be rained on again. Whether or not there's enough water in it, they are predicting some pretty big big downpours.
Robert was saying it was going to be pretty big, Carl, wasn't he? I did watch something on him the other night.
Yeah. So and there's one thing you can say, that I would wholeheartedly say about Robert is that I've not known him to be wrong yet.
No.
So
yeah,
you wouldn't for a moment disbelieve him. So
no.
Yeah.
Weather report here is beautiful sunshine today, Carl. I had my shirt off. I was at work. It was beautiful. I actually, I got a real bit of vitamin D. So I don't know what they're doing, but you guys might be pushing harder than we are in New South Wales or something. So the effort's going up there, mate. I don't know. But, yeah, we've actually had a lovely day. I didn't see any lines, any stripes in the sky over Wollongong. It was a good day to be alive.
So rain in Townsville, Peter's saying up north. Flooding, yes, they're expecting flooding in certain places. Not exactly sure how big or how bad. Just going to tell you, folks, for the trolls that are coming in tonight, I've got little patience. I've put some dickhead in timeout already. If he comes back on, I'm just going to dump him. Not even going to recognise what you're saying. Can't be bothered playing with you tonight. We've got too many other things we'd like to talk about. We're also going to chat with Daniel from Project Matilda. Daniel's having a few audio issues at the moment. He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. He's almost, I was going to tell you what he was almost like, but you probably figured that out from my commentary. Now, look, we'll cross our fingers, and there is the smiling face of the man himself. Now, let's
Hi, guys.
can we hear?
Got the worst internet connection.
Mate, it's nice to hear utterances from your utterance utterer. I'm very, very impressed.
Thanks.
All right, folks. So this is the man behind, behind the Project Matilda we've been talking to you about.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people have been very confused, Guru. They thought the Project Matilda was something to do with me, and I guess because I'd been jumping on the bandwagon from a very early stage and yelling about it, that's a reasonable assumption to have made. And I think you got accused of being part of it or two at one stage once you climbed all over it. But we have nothing to do with it, folks. This bloke here is the man behind it. So when you have a question for admin, when you send a message, it is the fingers of this smiling face that answer you. So, Daniel, thank you. And thank you for creating Project Matilda. To start with, tell us how you came up with the idea.
Well, basically, I got involved in a cryptocurrency community about 4 or 5 years ago. And I just fell in love with the whole thing about coding and learning how to, build websites and whatnot. So I stopped doing that about a year and a half ago. And basically, I couldn't work at the start of this year due to these restrictions in WA. And so I thought, you know what, I've got 6 or 7 months. Well, you know, with me not being able to work and do stuff, I may as well try and learn a bit more to try and build Project Matilda. And yeah, it just evolved from being just a video only website to having the video website, which is now tv.projectmatilda.com, and also decided to make a social media platform.
And being harassed and having the shit harassed out of you by Guru and Carl, etc. Come on, Daniel, let's get this thing going, man. So yeah, me and Carl did play a big part in it. We gave Daniel a lot of headaches and sleepless nights.
I think we lost Carl.
You're on mute.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, I coughed and I muted myself. I like to think that we gently prodded Daniel at times where he was requiring a helping hand. That's all I'm going to say. It has been nothing for me but a pleasure, and Daniel has leapt through all sorts of hoops to allow us to stream live on Project Matilda. We all thought it was going to be a relatively easy thing. And it turned out that we confused half of India, four of the best minds in Australia, and then eventually Daniel sat down and nutted it out himself over the course of 2 nights?
No, there was a lot of hours involved in trying to work it out, but I reckon a good 5 weeks. I'm trying to work it out, but we got there.
Well, it's up and running now, mate. Now, like I said, when you rang me yesterday, Daniel, we've been going for 7 days on it, and we just sat up and went, and we were just looking for glitches and that. But mate, everyone's telling me there's been absolutely nothing. Everyone's stoked. So,
yeah,
and
we're streaming live on that tonight too. Now, Guru and I haven't talked about this tonight yet. Guru, you know that show we were talking about yesterday? Is tonight the night we might announce something on that, or will we leave that for a different time? I think while Daniel's here, it's probably worth talking about.
Well, maybe not give it all away, but let's ask Daniel about, a few things, what we can and can't, and if we copyright and a few things like that first, Carl, and then we'll fill the audience out, but we may be able to drop it, mate, yeah.
Roger that. All right, well, that's a good thing. Daniel, you've billed Project Matilda as a freedom site, a censorship-free site. Now, people have taken that to mean all sorts of different things. That doesn't mean, being a censorship-free site, you're going to allow certain things. I think we need to find out where the line is and what Project Matilda was built for, with what sort of mind you've had trying. What community did you have in mind, rather, when you were building Project Matilda? What do you want to build here?
Well, basically, we're all for free speech. It doesn't matter your political views or views on anything else. So we're all for free speech. There's certain elements which we're not going to allow on the platform, and that's just the basic stuff like pornography, drug use, and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's a given. Most people will understand that. And we just don't want any. We want people to feel at home when they're on the platform. We don't want anyone to feel out of place. We're not out there to, just normal, general, smart posting, I guess. But yeah, we're not out there to, it's just a drama-free zone for everyone to put their point across.
So we're going to Canberra on the weekend, Daniel. And if I had the live stream on here and I had done some cover tracks with a few guys on a guitar around a campfire, would your site get picked up for copyright?
I haven't actually looked into that, but I guess that's the same as if you were to do that to Facebook. And would Facebook?
Yep. My word, they would. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's something we'd have to go and look down. Go down the track and have a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do anything publicly, you'll get knocked on the head on any streaming service because of the copyright restrictions. But if you create something new, sing your own songs, create a freedom song or something like that. No problems whatsoever. But no, they won't allow you to go and put on a concert, if you like, with somebody else's music. And that's not going to happen. Now it looks like Phil has joined us, but I'll just let him know. Phil, we know you're there, mate. We're just going to finish up with Daniel, unless Daniel particularly wants to hang around and find out more, but we're not done with him yet. Daniel, we've had a few people who have sent me some complaints, some images. Look, not really things that I'm terribly concerned about, but I do see the point, and it's advertising mainly, where young women are being used, and lots of bikinis and bums and that sort of thing. Now, I'm not against girls in bikinis and bums, but their portrayal in some of this material was obviously concerning this particular person. Is that the kind of thing that you're going to be looking over too with Project Matilda?
Yeah, I mean, we're going over most of the posts. People can report, posts that are not welcomed in the community. So yeah, we're actively monitoring posts. It's also up to the community as well. If they see something that's not right, they can just report it. Posts, pages, and then we can review it and go from there.
All right. So the goal with Project Matilda is to build a community, folks, and we want to help do that. If you're not a member already, then please go and do so. If you're not a member already, then you've missed out on the deal in the century, just between you and the gatepost. But Daniel, tell us how Project Matilda works. You have ploughed a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of unpaid time, and a lot of effort, a lot of hardware into doing all this. It's cost you a lot of money, and it continues to cost because you're hosting all sorts of services and storage capabilities for video and all that kind of thing. We've yet to touch really on tv.projectmatilda.com. That in itself is a really exciting project with news and all that sort of thing. But all this costs money. Now, you didn't want to have a subscription model initially. When we were first talking, I don't think it was even raised. We were talking about Google Ads and AdSense and the revenue, certain revenue through raising revenue through commercials. But you discovered that really wasn't the path you wanted to go down too.
No, well, basically what I wanted to do, initially it was an idea to get some money to come through just so that we can get through, paying all the server costs and whatnot. But after a bit of thinking, I thought, maybe we can see if the community would be willing to pay, like a subscription model for the services. It works out to like $2 or $3 a month. It's not an exorbitant cost, but what that cost enables us to do is pay for server costs, email costs. There's lots of little costs involved in making the whole thing run.
Tell me about it. I've just done it with a website, and every day you're putting your hand in your pocket for something else, a DNS that, or a counter into what a Twitter that thing, and this thing, and some other bloody thing, and it all needs to work on something else, and then that all has to come together in a cPanel, and Anyway, it's all beyond mine, but yes, I understand completely, and that's only to set up one website. I can't begin to imagine what it would be like to set it up on the scale you are. Yeah,
there's a couple there. I've also got the news.projectmatilda.com, which actually feeds the news feeds on projectmatilda.com, which is the social media site. So then again, there's the fourth server we're running, which is the streaming server, which allows you guys to stream your content to our TV platform. So there's a lot of work involved. Like I said, the costs are starting to creep up, and I would rather see people. We would never do this, but our aim or our goal, we're not going to sell people's information to these third-party companies and that, like Facebook and Google do. So we're putting a stop to that. No personal information will be sold whatsoever. We're going to have no Google ads or any advertising on the site, except users within the community can create their own ads, which is only a small ad every 10 posts. or so. So there, that's the route we decided to go. You know, for $2 or $3 a month, it helps us immensely. Get through and allows us to keep the platform up and free speech alive. That's the most important thing.
That's what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Just off topic for a second, guys, in the chat. Ashton Casey, I put you out once. I'm going to just speak to you directly here. You have a big question about Ricardo Bosi and Raytheon. Now, I've dealt with some people recently who've asked me a lot of questions about Ricardo Bosi and Raytheon. I don't know what you twits find so exciting about the fact that some years ago, as a lieutenant colonel in the Australian military, working in the head office of special forces, why you would think it's so fucking difficult that he might have a relationship with Raytheon tools. Now, all of you are great at talking about this relationship that he has with Raytheon. Show me one piece of proof of any relationship with him recently. And get off the bandwagon. Go on. I've seen your videos, right? I've seen your videos. A waste of time making them up. You draw piss poor association. You have no direct line from Bosi to anybody in the Raytheon company other than the superiors he would have dealt with while buying weapons and weapon systems on behalf of the Australian people for the army. It's not difficult to understand, you fucking idiots. So get off the Raytheon bandwagon. Pick something else because your song is just sick and boring and not thought out in any decent way. Ashton, don't bother yourself coming back again, mate. If I see your name, I'm going to do this to you. Good night. So I'm not interested in playing games with these Raytheon things. I've had so much shit come up. If you've got proof that Bosi is attached to Raytheon, send it to me. Don't come to me with, oh, I heard. All right? Oh, there's this story going around. I mean, last week somebody came up and told me they saw a video of Bosi on a US aircraft carrier with people in Raytheon uniforms. I mean, they didn't bother saying when the video might have been taken, nor did they even bother to produce the video or a link to it. So if you want to come in here and pick a fight with Bosi, then you've picked a fight with me. Don't come in here and slander the man. Send me the email. Show me the video. Show me the proof. Then we'll have a conversation about it. And then I'm sure he might like to come back on and defend himself. But until then, jam your Raytheon theories up your ass and leave us alone. Fuck off back to your own little peddler. And if you want to create a channel to create some hysteria over his association with Raytheon, then by all means go and do it. But don't waste my bloody time anymore.
There you go.
Calm now. I'm sorry.
All right. Now we got that out the road.
Fucking.
Yeah, anyone that's got any sense would know that.
I'm sick to death of these idiots. So.
No, anyone with any sense, Carl, would know that you would, to have a position that you had, you would have to have worked with Raytheon or some other people, and I've looked into all this stuff, mate. But anyway, people, we're in a war. We haven't got time for that. Okay, so
yeah. Don't be suckered in by idiots who can't delve in and do their own bloody research. They pick a video and they see a company name and associate Bosi to it. If you can find proof, send it to us. All for it. All right. You got any proof? Send it to me. But don't send me an email casting aspersions at the bloke and not tell me anything about proof. All right, because I'm not interested. As soon as I figure out you haven't got anything attached, I'm going to just bin your email. So not worth it. All right. Here's a nice comment from Linda. Melinda, she can afford $2 a month while she's not employed, and she can pay more if and when she gets a job back. So there you go. Melinda, thank you very much. Daniel, bit of support for you coming in already, mate.
Oh, that's good. That's great. That's what we want. So the more people that can get on board will allow us to grow. We've looked into some prices for some live streaming servers, and if we're going to start to get up to 5,000 or 10,000 viewers at once, it's going to cost like a few $1,000s a month just to run the live streaming server. So that's where we need everyone's help. If they're able to, we're not asking for anything more than the the subscription costs, which are about $2 or $3 a month.
Beautiful. Well, I hope, mate, we can feed a few more people through to you. And
you know where you're gonna have to be, people, because one day they're gonna shut us down, and that's where we're gonna be.
Yeah. Mate, if you've got other things to do, by all means, you can feel free to shoot off. Otherwise, I'm going to bring Phil into the conversation, and we'll change tact a little bit and talk about what's going on in Canberra. Ron Jamison, I'll get back to your question or your statement. Apparently, Ron thinks that I censor people on this channel for even the mildest criticisms of Bosie. Ron, all I can say is you're either a very new user or an idiot, because I don't censor anybody for criticism of Bosie. I censor people for outright lies or not being able to prove what they say. My chat room wasn't intended to be used as a place where people can spread lies without fact to back it up. Keyboard warriors are not welcome in my chat room. People who do not put their name, or at least bother to make a name of what we would assume to be human origin, I barely even bother dealing with. Some of them I do know. Black Sheep, for instance, I know who he is, so I don't mind his nickname. But others who hide it and then hide behind a nickname and then want to criticise Bosie are weak, pizzling dicks as far as I'm concerned. And until you want to put your name beside your statement against Bosie, I couldn't give two flying figs what it is. Be a man enough to stand up and back up what you say, or shut the fuck up and let the rest of us get on with trying to save the world. That might be an overstatement, but you know what I'm saying.
That's our job.
Anyway.
Why we're here. That's why Daniel built his platform. That's the reason that everyone is here, guys, right? To win the friggin' war. So, get on our side. Stop fucking causing division.
I'm sorry I'm swearing a bit tonight, folks. I've been packing a lot, and I hate packing. I'm moving. It's a stressful time, and it's raining. So anyway. Let's put our hands together. Welcome the man of the moment, if we can, to the show. Phil, nice to make your acquaintance. Hi, I'm Carl. That's Daniel. And, of course, you know the ugly bastard up the corner.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, I was just caught, man, you're talking about a live concert and that. Have a look at Kane Obes, mate. He's a young guy out of Melbourne, does a lot of freedom music. He's a rapper. Unbelievable stuff, mate. His songs are awesome. They're all free on the YouTubes and, all freedom orientated, mate.
Too easy. I might see if I can get in contact with him and,
Yeah, just check him out on YouTube, mate. Kane Orbs, mate, absolutely unbelievable. We're Still Here is one of our theme songs we use every day.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't even think about putting him on Project Matilda, Phil. I didn't even, but you've just, should have been pumping him on there, mate.
Yeah, mate, and that should be the driving message we should be getting into the music industry, particularly in Melbourne, because it's such a great industry down there, or it used to be before the bloody spicy cough.
Yeah, I think he's got about 15 songs.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, right. That'd be good to have someone like that on tv.projectmatilda.com and have a
mate. He'd love it. He was. Sorry, mate. Sorry. He was down here fighting for a long time, got arrested so many times, got the windows smashed in his van, the whole deal.
Oh, yeah, great. That's the kind of, he's doing something right when he's attracting that kind of attention.
Exactly right.
Yeah, so, Phil, let's get on to Canberra. You are known as one of the Canberra Standers, so for much of the audience, they may not really understand what that means. Do you want to explain to the audience what a true stander is?
Right. Well, since the 7th of February, we were protesting outside of the Governor General's front gate up until about probably 2 months ago, until they closed the road to stop us going down there and had police manning the entrance of the road. Big flashing sign and road closed signs and roadworks and whatnot. So every day since the 7th of February, we have protested the Governor General to started off with Expose the 28, hashtag Expose the 28, which is the 28 names from the Wood Royal Commission. And we're also asking for writs for fresh elections. We've given him a hard time about the fact that he signed up $18 million of taxpayers' money to a fictitious corporation. Just that sort of stuff every single day. We had pop-up protests every day. We went and protest 3 or 4 government bodies every single day leading up until the election. We had a couple of interesting night protests where I loaded 10,000 watts of stage speakers onto the back of a ute and some generators, and we went up the top of Mount Ainslie, Red Hill, Black Mountain, and just pumped them all night long. We had the coppers chasing us around all night. They finally caught up with us at 2 a.m. with 6 cop cars, 2 paddy wagons, and two lots of feds to shove us down. Yeah, we give them. You know what they deserve down here. We let them know that we're not happy, that the community's not happy, and it's time to sort this shit out.
Yeah, time to man up.
Man up, yeah, man up. But the Governor General, mate, you're there for us. You know, if you don't stand up, we'll sit down and move offside, mate, because we're coming through.
Yeah, but he does seem to drive through you guys on a regular basis, or does he avoid you and go through the tunnels or across the river?
Well, he was driving through us for a while. He was, driving through for a while, he did reply to a letter we sent to him about the Wood Royal Commission, and he said that he didn't have any authority over Royal Commissions in New South Wales. 1901 Royal Commission Act, he literally has the authority over any Royal Commission. And plus, he's also supposed to supposedly be the man of Australia, being the Governor General. But yeah, he avoids us. They've even changed the procedure. Once upon a time, well, up until we sort of protested pretty hard, if his flag was on the pole, flying on the pole, he was in residence. Now, and if it was down, he wasn't in residence. Well, now that policy's changed. They fly it all the time whether he's there or not, so that we don't know that if he's there or not. But we have a lot of insiders and a lot of inside information. We know where he is all the time and what he's doing.
Well, he's not doing much except for hiding or handing out, the odd plate and maybe signing a rose, or rather naming a rose or presenting a sash at a show these days, is he?
Yeah. Changing the name of an island to Queen Elizabeth Island. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and giving an ex-prime minister a few other seats, a few other jobs while he was in the job.
All those important things, guys. Them important things that help ruin the country.
Yeah, well, that $18 million he gave to those 3 people from Kangaroo Island, those same 3 people also got $48 million about 9 or 10 months before that, by the way.
Right, okay.
Yeah, if you look into it closely. Yeah, no, so we're as we're the Standers, we're the Stayers. We've been here the whole time. The cops just go nuts on us lately. They've just really stepped it up. They put a Facebook post out of our locations where some of the people's, because we're sleeping in cars, a lot of us sleeping in cars, sleeping in swags, whatnot. Right through winter, by the way, too. And most of us are from Queensland or Northern Territory or WA, so it was a bit harsh the whole winter. But yeah, they put a Facebook post out saying, we want people to, if it's had any trouble with the freedom fighters in these areas, to put in a complaint. But what it really was, hey guys, everybody's over here. If you want to come, if the vigilantes want to come and give everyone a hard time. A couple of young people turned up shooting ball bearings at people, and then another one turned up and punched a 61-year-old woman in the protester in the face and broke a cheekbone, gave a whiplash. Another 4 turned up all dressed in balaclavas the following night, and the one that punched the lady in the face, she managed to get a photo of his number plate, and the police said, he actually came in and put a complaint and said that he was scared for his life because someone, after he punched that woman in the face, someone got out of the car and picked up a hammer to sort of get rid of old mate, and he put in a complaint that he was terrified for his life, so they can't arrest him and can't investigate it any further.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But supposedly the other day we had a guy that one of the guys supposedly a bit of indecent exposure. Apparently, he showed a bit of bum cheek getting changed or something, and they sent 28 cops down to arrest him. Like, kid you not, 28 cops to arrest him for showing a bit of bum cheek when he was getting changed. And apparently he actually had underpants on, or a G-string on, apparently. It's his preferred underwear. And, Yeah, but they got offended, sent 28 cops down, but they couldn't even send one down for a 61-year-old woman who got punched in the face and broken cheekbone and whiplash. Or,
Yeah, right.
Someone's firing ball bearings at people. There's my car, one of my cars has got dents in it from ball bearings. They've clicked up a fair handful of ball bearings. They hit that hard, they shatter. That's how hard they're hitting. So, we've got a handful of broken ones.
Yeah, this is why this is why I put the
Undoubtedly.
call out, people. This is why I put out a call last night on the show after having Phil on last Thursday or Friday. Okay. Okay. We got to get there, guys. All right. This is bullshit. Okay. And the only thing that's going to stop it is the power of numbers. I want to see some people down there, guys. I really do. Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, 8:30.
We started at 8 o'clock. We're at the 8:30ish. Between 8 and 8:30, we're at the rock garden, because when they kicked us out of his front driveway, the house is probably about 300, 400 meters through the trees and whatnot from the front driveway. So we beat all these people here. We're problem solvers. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing what we do. So we just got out the map and had a look. I mean, hang on a minute. If we just go to this peninsula across the lake, we get a clear run straight at this house, straight across the water. So now we're pumping, 100 odd watts straight across the lake. And I tell you what, the echo is something chronic. He's been copping it ever since, and he doesn't have breakfast on his front deck anymore for some reason. Can't figure it. Look, man, numbers is what we need. Look, sorry.
I say that's what we are, problem solvers. Like you guys feel, okay, they're shutting off the front entrance. They're not letting us in. Let's have a look at Google Maps. Oh, look at that. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. And we all know, we don't have the engineers to know that water, sound travels across water very, very well.
Like nothing else, mate. Like nothing else. And also by doing that, we also moved out of NCA land, which is National Capital Authority land, which is the Governor General can write ordinances for. And to particular, by the way, he wrote an ordinance to move us on. Guess what date it was that he wrote the ordinance? You're just going to blow your mind. April 1st. I kid you not. He wrote and signed it on April 1st. I kid you not, man. And when you read this ordinance he wrote, it's like a 10-year-old kid wrote it. It says, you're camping if you've got a chair, this, that, and things. What sort of law have you ever read that says and things? What sort of statement is that?
Yeah.
It's like a 10-year-old kid wrote it. It's like, come on, guys, pick your game up. If you're going to pretend, pick your game up.
Faye, in the chat, are you listening right now? Because you have a deep misunderstanding of what everything we are trying to do is about. And I'm sorry that you've been, openly displaying your ignorance like this. So I'm hoping that we can help you understand a little more. You've put up a thing here that you actually... Sorry?
Faye's a cop.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, undercover cop. She's on my show before. I exposed before, but we know who they are, Carl.
Oh, well, there you go. Faye's a first-time flogger at my place, so there you go. Faye, your idiocy is clearly startling. So, Faye, I'd like to confront you, if you'd like to be confronted. Let me know, and we'll have you join us in the chat, as you seem to be so knowledgeable.
The uniform's lost its respect because of they were using this code for quite some time. We couldn't figure it out. It was MSU. They're back and forth. MSU this and MSU that, and we go, what the hell is this MSU? And 17 cops would turn up and they'd walk right through the crowd of young protesters down to the 60-year-old women and start giving them a hard time. Why was that? That was because the young guys would stand up for the women and then they'd get an arrest. And we eventually worked out what this MSU was, because we've got quite a few of the coppers down here that are actually talk to us and let us know what's going on. MSU stands for make shit up. I kid you not. That's what it stands for. Make shit up. I'm serious, man. And what it is, and we had a senior officer say this to us one time. He's quoting some law, and we go, mate, that law doesn't stand here because you're not on you're not on NCA land. So there's two different trespassing acts. One has camping in it, one doesn't, depending on because we're not stupid. We've read all the laws, we've read all the rules, right? And he goes, I don't care. He said, I'm going to arrest you for it, and then you can sort it out in the courthouse. Well, and that's what's happening, right? And we've been to the court over 70 times. We've had one conviction, one. Out of 70 court cases, we've had one conviction of a protester for trespassing on the forecourt of Parliament House, because we're not allowed on the forecourt of Parliament. There's an invisible line around Parliament. We're not allowed to cross it because we're protesters. And one conviction. And the Bar Association, head of the Bar Association, you know who the Bar Association is, that's all the lawyers and that, actually went at the police commissioner and said, what the F? Because their win-loss ratio is their livelihood. And their win-loss ratio has taken an absolute pummeling because they're having to throw all these court cases out and they're losing non-stop, you know, and just yeah. What they do is they go, how do you plead? And we go, not guilty. And they go, oh, we withdraw the charges.
Yeah, that's what's happening all over the place. You remember the pregnant lady in Victoria, in Ballarat, that was
charges withdrawn.
Charges withdrawn today. So,
but
she was
not,
what?
But not the bail.
No,
Sorry,
none of that. Yeah, no, all that had to be...
Not the breach of bail, but how can you be breaching of bail when the original charge has been removed?
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can't breach the bail of something that didn't exist, right?
That's exactly right.
We're trying to get a hold of a transcript of a case we just had recently where the judge actually brought up a whole lot of cases when it was to do with them changing what they're actually going to court with, what you know, because sometimes we get arrested for camping and then all of a sudden when we get there, the camping charge has been removed and we're now trespassing. And so you've changed the charge overnight while we weren't watching. And he brought up a whole lot of cases and we didn't quite catch, because you're not allowed to record anything inside the courthouse, of course. We didn't quite catch. We had someone there with shorthand. We didn't quite catch it. So we're actually going for the transcript of that one because he actually brought a whole lot of cases up for us. Because they're getting sick of it. The judge is getting sick of it. They're sick of the cowboy cops, and the cowboy cops they've lost their badge and their uniform has lost its you know, we just flat out refuse to take their bullshit anymore.
Couldn't agree more. And to that end, folks, it seems like an appropriate time to bring up the sticker. Practical lawful dissent stickers. Now, let me read to you what it says. Stick this on your car. It says, under Article 61, I am lawfully bound to disobey all acts, statutes, and legislative laws. If you obstruct me or attempt to extort money from me, enforcing defunct laws, acts, and statutes, I will pursue a claim of tort against you. I do not consent to unlawful laws imposed by an unlawful government. I must be allowed to travel freely without hindrance. Stick one of those on your car.
Yep. And going with that a bit. Sorry, going with that a bit further, guys. Just remember that you have a solemn oath against you that says that you must obey Queen Elizabeth II, right? Well, there's no Queen Elizabeth II laws out of Queen's assent since 1965. So any law after that, you actually are solemnly sworn to disobey because part of your solemn oath is that you will not obey any other king or corporation's law. So you're actually under the act of treason if you do obey their laws.
Yeah, we're talking about a couple of different Magna Carta styles here, but yes, we'll play that game here at the moment. So just for the sake of the argument, Phil, because
sorry, guys, we are all on different avenues. That's cool.
I don't know whether you know or not. We do a lot of Magna Carta 1215 education on this place, and
right, yeah, that's going back even further, mate. That's going back even further. So. Yeah, we're just what we're doing down here, because we are dealing with cops and courts and laws all the time. We are actually beating them with their own laws, their own corporate laws.
The system, and that's the problem with your solution. It doesn't break the system. Only those
people. It doesn't for now. I agree. 100%. It doesn't for now.
Know the solution can use it, and funnily enough, some people are charging for it. So, and a lawyer will charge you. You know, so
we don't use lawyers. We don't use lawyers, and I agree with you 100% there. But at the moment, we personally down here, there's not enough of us, and go against it.
And Fitz and I are all about building bridges between the two groups, because I don't believe that we are the solution. I don't believe that you are the solution. I believe that the solution will come from all of us and bits and pieces of it all.
We want to move to you. We want to move to your solution after we've managed to get enough numbers down here that we can stop using our solution for now.
Yeah. Well, we'll certainly
fight
wear.
the fight the way we can fight it, mate. Exactly.
Yeah,
All angles.
and we're working to meet you in the middle from the other way. So we'll get there.
Well, it's
We'll get
great
there.
because then,
We
we
can
will.
only do that with the power of the people, though. We need the people behind
Exactly,
us.
mate.
They need to learn.
And like Guru said, more numbers. We need more numbers, guys. You know, they think that they can beat us. They haven't. We were at Albanese celebrated 100 days or something in office the other day at the press club. Guess where we were? Standing out front of the press club with the masses of coppers and the feds and all that. And guess what Albanese did? He had to sneak out the back, just like ScoMo did when we were there on the 2nd of February. We've been here 8 months. You know, we've been here 8 months.
Yep.
And we've been protesting the governor since the 30th, so that's 12 months. 30th of August.
Yep.
So there's a core group of you, of what, sort of 50 to 80 of you that are sleeping in cars and tents in various places around Canberra?
It sort of rolls a bit. There's like about 20 to 30 of us every day there, and it rolls different people, different days, and some come and some go and come back again, and people seem to be compelled to come back, but there's definitely at least 20 to 30 people sleeping in cars and whatnot every single night. Every single night. Some of the locals are putting us up in houses and whatnot. I personally managed to get put up in a house locally, so I haven't slept on the street for about a month now, which is heaven, I can tell you. Because it was getting a bit. I was in the swag. And my swag's not one of those flash ones. It's just basically a canvas sack. On the side, I've got a roll-out tarp on the back of my ute that I roll out, and then under that was from my swag, and that was me since the 3rd of February. I was there every night in that thing right through winter. And I tell you what, the local, they put me up in their houses.
Wow, that's hardcore, man. That's
mate. They're in vans, they're in cars, they're in tiny little Corollas and everything, mate. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So they need our support this weekend, folks.
Yep.
They're having ball bearings turfed at them. They're having run-throughs. They've been roused in the middle of the night, hassled by balaclava and buff heads who are under the pay of whom.
Didn't work so well for the balaclava people because we were ready for them. We were ready for them when they came, and we just we were all parked in a long line. We just flicked on the headlights, and they absolutely crapped themselves, and they drove their car straight into a barrier, and then did a U-turn and bolted off. But then you know what? We put in a complaint to the cops. The cops came down and got up us for blocking the road, the path into the thing. It's unbelievable. Yeah, they decided they didn't want to talk to us after all that night.
This is what we're up against, folks. All right, now.
And I wasn't the instigator behind that, mate.
That is staggering, and I'm so sorry that you guys have got to put up with it, and you shouldn't have to put up with it alone. So, what can you do, folks? Have you got anything planned for this weekend? Are you close enough to Canberra that you can make it a trip? Then come to Canberra. Saturday's going to be a pretty big day. Well, Dave, what are your plans? You're heading down. You're usually the man on the stage.
Yeah. Okay, so our plans, we're not taking stage or anything. We're taking guitars with us. We'll have some music. We can get hold of PAs and that down there if we need them, Phil. We can blast whatever we want. But no, the idea here, folks, is we're going down to hang with these people and do what they do. We're going to live their life, okay, for that day and the day after, hopefully on Father's Day. So we're going to hang, and whatever they do, if they go around town and they're going to go protesting here, we're going to go with them. But we are solely going down to support these guys that have been there, and I have witnessed with my own eyes, right, for 8 months that these guys have not left. They have been there every day. Like I said on my show the other day, we are an army, all right? We have a front line. We have many front lines. We have a front line in Canberra, all right? And at the moment, we as an army need to send troops to Canberra to back up our line because our line is under attack, all right? And that's what it's about, guys. You're not going down there to get beaten up. You're not going down there to do anything. You're going down there in numbers to show support. These pricks won't come anywhere near us, mate, when we all turn up down there. You know what they're like, okay? Why they're getting these guys at the moment is because they want them out of there. And these guys are too staunch to move, mate. Okay, they just need some help. Let's give them help. As I said, we're an army. We have a front line that needs reinforcements. Where are they? Let's get there, guys. I'll be there. Let's get there.
I'd love to be there, but I'll be driving
look,
down
I'm
from
part
here.
of the front today.
Away you go, Phil.
No, keep going, Scarl. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
I'd love to come,
I'm in the front battalion, but I'm not the front line anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the front line anymore, guys. There's young guys on the front line nowadays. Sorry, I think there's a delay in us here.
Yeah,
got a bit of a laggy connection, mate. Yep.
But anyway, the bottom line is we don't care who it is, Phil. Right? You're all part of our battalion, mate, and part of our battalion is on the front line in Canberra, and they need help. So any normal army, any army with a conscience, will send troops to where the line's getting damaged. Okay, So that's what we got to do, guys. It's as simple as that. We are in a war. We have to think military. I've been teaching this on my channel for how long? Okay, we have to become a well-oiled machine because that's what we're up against, guys. And God bless us the day that we all get together and become that well-oiled machine because we win hands down. Mazare.
Folks, just in the chat, calm down. Calm down. What I mean by 5G is gone, I mean the dickhead that was in chat calling himself 5G something is gone. I haven't got any inside information that 5G has been turned off. So just the dickhead who was in chat is gone. It's coming out of the towers is still with us.
What's the weather like in Canberra this weekend? Meant to be like
wet.
Oh, really? Of course.
Maybe.
Whole East Coast is wet.
Yeah, but it may not be in there. I haven't really checked the weather.
Well, it's supposed to be a bit rough, actually. It's supposed to be a storm coming through. But look, guys, we've had major storms.
Yeah,
we've been told there's storms coming through. Rain and rain. It's water. We don't melt. We're not made of sugar. What do our diggers stand through? We haven't got transport yet. We haven't got any of that stuff.
Yep. You're exactly right. When
Sunday's rest day for us too.
Yeah, if you're debating the trip or not, folks, because it might be raining, just think of what our diggers went through in Gallipoli and other parts, the Western Front, and do your bit. Turn up, give support. The people are coming back to Canberra this weekend. Let the boys know that you're there to help them and support them. And more will come.
Garden, guys. 10 o'clock the show is on. We're there at 8 o'clock. There's the barbecue running, coffee, all that sort of stuff. It's all there. Free food, free brekkie. Saturday is usually a good protest day and music and all that sort of stuff. And then Sunday is a rest day, guys. We're there again. But we usually go around fixing people's cars and getting everybody back on the track and sorting out dead batteries and alternators. We've done universal joints, drive shafts, wheels, starter motors, alternaters, you name it. We've done it there right in the car park just to keep these guys rolling because none of us have got any money, mate. We were all working.
Oh, there you go.
Just went.
Yep, that was his internet. I thought it was getting a bit shaky. It was starting to get very scattery at my end. So,
but Phil, like all these guys down there, people, they just deserve us. One weekend, like he said, they have a lay day every Sunday, right? And Phil was the man behind that because what they found was they were getting really wound up. Monday morning, the cops knew to come in hard, right? And everyone's all tattery. So what they done was they had every Sunday they had a rest day, where they just laid back, they played cricket, they ate, and they just calmed down. And then they psyched themselves into being really calm for that next onslaught of the cops for the next week. You know what I mean? So Sunday become their rest day. So if we're down there Sunday, I'm calling everyone for Saturday. But the weekend is what I'm saying. But if you're there on the Sunday, it'll be a social day. It'll be hanging with them. And that's all it is, guys. They just need support. They just need an arm around their shoulder like we all need occasionally. That's all they need, and they friggin' deserve it. 8 months in the trenches, man, for you.
Yep.
For you.
Absolutely, for us. So get down there and help folks. 5G is killing bees is the 5G that I got rid of. And yes, 5G is killing bees. Here's a comment. Black Sheep says, Aussie Cossack could be released on the 13th, he believes. Yes, we believe there is a possibility of that, only because the Aussie Cossack has a hearing that day.
And
where
the
he
13th is a
potentially.
very special day, people. I'm telling you, there's something coming up for you people on the 13th that we'll advertise soon. And you'll find out on that day when we advertise that event, all right, that the 13th is a very special day. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see our Cossack.
I'm looking forward to it. If he
Nice.
he has his hearing that day, he would be allowed out on parole if he gets out. I don't think they'll end his sentence or shorten it. So he would be paroled on that date. He wouldn't be allowed. I'm sure that they're going to strap him with all sorts of social media and restrictions.
I would say so.
Yeah, he's
I
not
would,
gonna be
I would
allowed to speak.
expect that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'll just give him time to make sure that the book is, all sorted out, because I believe he's been writing feverishly in there, and all power to him. I think it's going to be a pretty good read. Okay. That's the fella I banned. First up, Ashley, why am I censoring facts about Raytheon? Listen, folks, I will never censor a question about Bosie. We're not here to protect
I mean,
him.
it's censor anything.
Yeah. We're here to ask him any question that you want to ask him, but don't come to me with half-baked assertions with no proof, because he's not the kind of man that you take stupid questions to and
You're
present
get
them.
slapped around the ears for it. No, what do you ask me that for, you idiot?
Yes,
No, it's
yes.
not real.
And anybody who's seen him with a live with me and some of our recent audience shows knows that if you ask him a stupid question, he's going to treat you in a specific sort of kind of way. So if
You'll
you
know
have
about
an
it.
assertion to make against him for some reason, then by all means make it. By all means, please send it. But don't just write up a slanderous comment in the chat. That's not honourable. Hiding behind a nom de plume is not honourable. And we are looking for a group of honourable people to build a community, because it is only with honourable people, people of integrity, people of morals, that we are going to build a community going forward that will hopefully lead to one of the brightest futures that none of us could ever possibly have imagined. But if we're going to dick around with slanderous comments, point scoring, keyboard warriorship, then you're going to sit in the mire of the shit that we are already in.
Yep,
and
for sure.
wallow in it. So we need to lift the tone of our chat, folks. And people who accuse me of kicking people out, I kick idiots out. Ron Jamison was the fellow I kicked out because I censor people for this channel, even for the mildest criticism. I do not censor people for criticising Bosie. Criticise away. Nobody likes everybody. Criticise me, criticise Guru. I wouldn't go on Daniel. I mean, he looks a bit young.
Yeah, leave Daniel alone, or I'll be
Yeah.
picking on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 40 next week. I wish I was young.
But all right,
We got
do it
your
after
back,
your
brother.
first
We got your back.
one. Yeah, we don't mind you having a go. There's nothing wrong with that. But
No.
don't come to us with half-baked,
Mm.
I heard theories. Come to us with facts.
Yeah.
Come to us with facts.
As my viewers know, I've let a few of the trolls on the show, okay? But then I put a rule down to them, and that is they need to go back over my show, pick one of the 500 topics or whatever, how many thousand or whatever I've done over 3 years, and then debunk one of them and bring me the evidence. And I'm happy to have you back on the show then. But until you can do that, bye.
Yep, I feel exactly the same way. Pick up any point, come back to me, and
Yeah.
look, I've apologized for things I've said before, back down on things I've said before, because I've had new evidence presented to me that does change my opinion. I'm not afraid to admit I'm wrong, folks. In fact, Guru and I were only having this conversation. Was it you and I, Guru, the other day? Somebody and I were having a conversation the other day. I was talking about November 8th being, a fundamental date. If what we suspect is happening hasn't happened by November the 8th, I'm going to owe all of you a really big apology. And I'm not. I mean, I'm going to admit that I've been taken in, but that's only if nothing happens before November the 8th. And why November the 8th? Because that is the US midterm elections. That is a big moment. And I believe that whatever has to happen before that date. So I can tell you that my confidence will be shattered beyond all belief, and my questioning of Bosie will go up tenfold after November the 8th if nothing's happened. So this isn't about supporting Bosie. This isn't about supporting any one thing. This is about building a community of people who want better for us all. And we really hope that you are part of that. Looks like we've got Phil back again. Sorry, mate. I get on a rant and I don't look down and see you back in. I apologise.
They did, but they just smashed me, like, electronically. They just smashed me out of the park. I had to completely switch platforms.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Nothing unusual, Phil. You know, I cover it every night, mate. It's just, you know, like, I can't even send links by email. They just shut them down. They don't get that, you know.
So just, Phil, just going through some questions. Cracker, I don't get worried about the trolls, not one.
Yeah, I'm only getting bits of this, guys. They're really hitting me hard.
Yeah, it is, mate. Geez, you've got like a 10-second lag. It's, very difficult. Anyway, so, no, I don't get worried about them.
Knows what it's like.
I don't want to come across as arrogant, so we won't bother with that at all.
Sorry, guys.
Carl's gone now.
Yeah, this stream's about to go. This is what they do to us, Daniel. This is what they can't do to us in Project Matilda, guys. You will find that the Project Matilda stream, I know Kaz is on it at the moment, my producer. So I think you'll find that it's running perfect. Okay, but this is what they can do to us, you know, through these platforms. Okay. Now, we worked out tonight that the actual trolls, because when Carl went to entertain that guy, we know it. We're working out now that they're actually cops, man. All right, and they're some of them are high level cops. All right, and they're just playing in our streams because they can. Okay, now does that mean that they're probably listening to me before the stream and after the stream, after I've already hit the live button or not? They're in here. You know what I mean? So we're starting to work them out, Daniel. But this is people why this guy to my where am I? This way. Got to work his reverse cameras out. Yeah, Daniel's done us a big favour here, people, with this platform. I'm telling you. Okay, for a couple of bucks a month, which no one knew what it was going to. You know, I've been working with Daniel, I don't know, for a while now, Daniel. We've been, you know, trying to, you know, motivate you and help you to get along and do what we got to do, you know. And we've got through to a place where, you know, Daniel's, you know, spoke to us and said to us, man, this is going to start costing money. You know what I mean? And I just said to Daniel, well, how you got to handle that is how you got to handle it, because what we need is the platform. You know what I mean? And that's why the subscription's gone on. Now, for myself, Carl, no one's making money out of it, folks, right? The money is for Daniel to keep the thing alive. Okay, that's what it's about. Excuse me, I'm eating cashews, guys. I just got one caught in my throat. But that's what it's about. So if he needs help, we got to help him, mate. It's just like it's going to Canberra on the weekend, okay? This platform is for us to do what we need to be able to do, which is, you know, we want to get in and be able to give you more intel than we can. My problem on my channel is when I start to open my mouth about intel, they just take the channel off me. You know what I mean? So, you know, and this is where you're such a blessing, Daniel, and we really need this. You know what I mean? It's unreal, and I can't thank you enough that, you know, when we said we needed this and we needed that, straight away you went to work on it, you've got it. And now, as I said to you, I didn't even ring you. We just started firing up the Project Matilda when we knew we could access the stream key and started, you know what I mean? And we haven't had a glitch. So, yeah, unreal, man.
It's starting to work well. So obviously, I might explain it to people. So basically, what Carl and Dave are streaming from is a platform called StreamYard, and that uses a protocol called RTMP, and basically it connects to tv.projectmatilda.com and allows the live stream to stream to the platform. We're probably halfway through being able to stream from the platform itself, so we're nearly there with that. But that'll come in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll be basically a fully pledged YouTube alternative, which is Australian and which is a free speech platform. You don't have to worry about having your content removed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you've actually, you know, and when, you know, this last process will mean that, exactly that I can actually come into Daniel's studio, right, and from here share out to other platforms. You know what I mean? Now, eventually you're going to find out, and on the weekend, I'm probably just going to do some stuff. can we test out the copyright laws, Daniel? Because I don't know how they're going to work, and we'll know straight away because they'll just give us a. Well, would they give you a warrant? I don't know about this. I'm sus because how are you monitored? You're on your own platform. You know, how do they monitor copyright?
That's like if you were to share content to Telegram as well. I guess many people share all kinds of content to Telegram and YouTube. I don't know how far the copyright laws go like that. But,
well, I think me and Patriot 101 should do one song on Friday, and we'll do a cover like a well-known, like a Bobby McGee or something like that, really well-known, and we'll do a 4-minute cut, and we'll do it live on Project Matilda, and we'll see what happens. You know, we get if we hear it get shut down, well, then we just stop, and we know that we're going to get copyright hit. But you may be outside of copyright censorship, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it, and we'll just let people know straight away. But yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. No, okay. Well, Carl's rebooting, I've just been told, so we'll hold the fort till he gets in here. So, guys, yeah, we're thinking about running a show. I'm not saying we are yet, but we're thinking about it on Project Matilda, and that's the only place that it will be aired because it's sort of like something, you know, like unknown scenarios sort of thing, you know what I mean, that we might look into, you know what I mean? So we are looking at doing something like that just as an interesting night, you know what I mean, where we'll delve into a few things that maybe these guys have got in their plans. We know they're not going to be able to pull them off, but, you know, we need to be prepared and we need to know how to actually accommodate what they would like to do, you know, because we know they've got some very specific plans. We know they're evil. Okay, and we know they're not going to give up. You know, is our win around the corner? Yes, our win is around the corner. Okay, I can tell you that. But the carnage is already set in place. The food shortages will happen. All right, they will try and cull our beef and our sheep industry very quickly. All right, because they're under panic. All right, they know that we're winning. Okay, so even when we win, guys, we have this amount of carnage that we're going to have to go through. The reason being they have already set it in place. It's like lighting the wick on a firecracker. Okay, it's already lit, you know, and if you've only got one hand and that hand's holding the firecracker, you can't put it out. All right, and they've lit the wick. All right, they have. We know it. We know they've lit the wick. Okay, and this is why we're grouping you up in communities. This is why Daniel's platform is so vital. This is why our community grouping up is so vital, because we need to be prepared for whatever's coming. Do we win? Yes, of course we win. Yeah, we do. But
we just need to keep forming those communities.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you going over there, Daniel? How's Western Australia? You know, like I've been to West Oz. It's a pretty sparse place, you know what I mean? You got your population in a few pockets and, you know, around Free and Perth and down a little bit south down the coast there. But all in all, are you seeing that you know, people, because you're copped it over there off McGowan, you know, have people realise what's going on and they've started to group up in the communities and stuff or not?
No, people are very asleep over here. It's pretty scary to think. Yeah, no one's waking up. Like, there's a lot of people I've spoken to that won't get their second jab or their third jab. They're just like, they've had enough, but they won't look into why they're feeling that way, or they won't explain or talk to you about it. But anyway, I've like I said, I didn't work for 6 or 7 months, and I'll do it again if I had to. But it was hard slog, and a lot of people did it hard. But yeah, over here, a lot of people are asleep, and yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah. Oh, look, and I think, people are asleep Australia-wide, you know what I mean? And we're all facing that problem, you know? Now, as we sort of say, us influence people, that's what they call us, you know, your channel is an influencing channel, that, you know, we need to wake up the lions now. Hey, the boys, what, did you guys just nick out and have a quick schooner or something, did you? Leave me and Daniel on the dry.
Sorry.
I got smashed again, another electronic hit. You know what it's like, Guru. When you're over top of it, mate, you just get hit.
I was just going to say, I was just going to look around. Yeah, I'm still carrying a meter, Phil, because I don't trust these bastards, mate. I just don't. Yeah.
So sorry, guys. Phil, your blokes must have turned to me because they shut down. I have 3 different modems here that I can connect to, and they've shut down every one of them. I've had to reboot the whole computer system to get back in again. So
yeah, basically that's what happened to me.
It's weird, you know.
Ago. That's sort of the first thing that they hit me with, and then they hit me again.
Yeah, well, clearly we're hanging around. Clearly, we're hanging around with the right kind of people. That's all I have to say.
That's exactly right.
I think it's great. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Beat them at their own time.
Too true.
Yeah, very true.
Too true.
All right, guys. I think I got through the questions that I was actually.
Yeah.
Daniel, a lot of people are asking how they subscribe. So you've got to go to Project Matilda to subscribe. Yeah.
And
Yes,
a few people. Go.
Sorry. So we have the 2 main sites, which is projectmatilda.com, and that's our social media site, which is a subscription platform, which helps fund that platform, and tv.projectmatilda.com. tv.projectmatilda.com is the video streaming website. So that's always free, and it will be free. But yeah, if you want to join our community and help out, with joining up and funding what we do, head to projectmatilda.com and you'll be able to sign up. There'll be a 7-day free trial, and then you can pay $2 a month, or there's a 6 monthly. No, there's a weekly, monthly, and a yearly fee. So the yearly fee works out to $35 a year, which is peanuts for trying to keep free speech alive.
Good on you, buddy. Unreal, mate. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it seems like there are quite a few people who are heading over to do just that to you, mate. If you haven't already joined, folks, can't commend highly enough to you, Project Matilda. And it's a great community where we will be building content for the shows. And as Dave, I sort of alluded to earlier, Dave and I are going to, I think, sit down. I asked him yesterday whether or not was it yesterday or today? I said, do you want to do a show on Project Matilda, just the 2 of us? And he said, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. So we might have a bit of a considered think about what we're going to do. Oh, I've turned my camera off. It's only because I don't like smoking on camera. There you go. And we've got a working title at the moment. What do we call it? Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't be for the light-hearted folks. In other words, we have stuff that we don't want to talk about. We don't want to scare people. If you're interested in what these idiots have actually got in store for you and why we're trying to grip you up, why people like Phil have been at the friggin' Governor General's now for 8 months fighting like friggin' cattle dogs, why Daniel's produced a platform that we can get out on uncensored. Okay? This is the whole fucking thing behind it, guys. Okay? It's because we have to win the war. Okay? Yeah. And we do win the war. Okay? But this is why. Okay? This is what it's about. Yeah.
We protested APRA the other day for the doctor, to support the doctor. We were live streaming for 2 minutes before we were shut down.
Yeah.
Is that right? Wow.
What platform were you streaming to, Phil?
We were on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And 2 minutes and they were shut down with strikes. And not following health advice or something stupid like that. We know what songs we can and can't play to stop us from getting strikes for censorship and whatnot. But yeah, as soon as we got the APRA, 2 minutes we were live and 4 bang, smashed off. But it was two Facebook live streams and a YouTube live stream. No, 2 YouTube live streams and Facebook live streams. Smashed off straight away.
Yep. Identify and disrupt, Bill. Folks, full swing. They are using it.
Sorry, Dave. If anyone's in Canberra this weekend, we would love your content uploaded to our platform, whether it's the TV site or the social media site. In that way, everyone can see what's going on without the worry of being removed from Facebook or or YouTube.
You're going to get daily content, I can tell you that, because we're there at the Governor General's. We live stream every day, so we're going to start putting it out on your platform.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. Yeah, every day. That's awesome.
Excellent.
All
right,
and
Carl, I'm going to get one kick in. Can I get one kick in? A few people are just saying in the comments, how do we get Guru your email, this, that, and the other? Listen, I am probably one of the hardest people to find on Facebook, okay? I'm telling you, people have been looking for me for months, we found out over the last few days, Carl, and can't find me anywhere. So, look, there's a site out there. You won't find me on David Graham. They will have me censored. You will not even find me. You'll find Stop the Rot, Sack the Lot. It's a private group. There's about 5,500, 6,000 people in it. You need to join that. The other one, they took Guru Aussie Insider off me when it got over 5,500 people. They just took the page, bang, gone. Give me your photos, give me your ID, give me this, or we're going to cut the channel. I just wasn't giving them anything, guys. So I just let them take all the viewers, and it went. We have Kangaguru that's up and hitting now. So you'll find me on Kangaguru,
which is on Facebook.
Yeah, and you'll find me on Stop the Rot, Sack the Lot on Facebook. I'm no longer allowed to hold a Twitter account. I do have an Instagram account that I don't use because I keep it as a backup account. Okay, but we do go to Gab, BitChute, Rumble every night. All the shows are put up onto all those platforms. Project Matilda including. We go live there every night. So, guys, as Carl was saying before, you know what I mean? We need all these people here with all these skill sets, and we need you people out there with your skill sets, okay, and everyone doing their little bit, all right? And like I've said to you off the stage of Canberra, I am a blade of grass. Phil is a blade of grass. Daniel is a blade of grass. Carl is a blade of grass. When we put 1 million blades of grass together, what do we get? A beautiful green lawn, all right? And that's how we got to do it. We are nothing on our own, folks, okay? We need to come together. We need to be a beautiful green lawn. It is simple.
Yep. Great theory. Great theory. All right, gents, thanks for coming on tonight. Phil, thanks for coming in from Canberra. And let's get down there this weekend and support the Standers.
See you on the weekend, Phil.
We're not going to...
Thanks, mate. See you, Guru.
I'll probably get you on the show in a couple of nights. Yeah, so, give everyone a reminder, Phil. What are we today? Tuesday? Probably Thursday night, Phil.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, sounds good. We'll try and get some lives up every day on Matilda.
Thank you. Perfect. And thank you very much, Daniel. Legend, mate. Cheers, legend. Mate. The guy here, give him a round of applause. Which way do I go? That way, guys, right? Give him a pat on the back because this guy has produced a platform for me and Carl to keep our truth getting out there. Whether we get shut down or not, you'll be able to find us on Matilda and we will be talking it, okay? So if the other programs just shut down, flip over to Project Matilda and you're going to find us there every night, guys.
Absolutely.
All right? And get over there and help us hold it together. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for your time tonight. And we'll keep you close to us. Obviously, we'll have a bit of a chat on Friday. And, of course, before you go, it would be remiss of me not to give the big plug to what's coming up next week in Singleton. Come to the Cali. Now, the Cali is well known in Singleton as a home of freedom, and it's going to be more so after next week, I can tell you. We're going to do a live show Monday night, a normal Magna Carta show live from the Cali, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll do two sessions of Magna Carta 12:15 education each day, from 1 till 3 and 7:30 till 9:30. Now, they're not going to be streamed live on the internet. You will have to come to the pub and do them with us. And then Friday, Guru returns for another Friday free-for-all, and this time he's bringing the missus. She must be excited. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
And the dog, Carl.
Oh, yeah, the missus and the dog. Yeah. I forget. I'm bringing the daughter and the dog. So it's all happening. So come and join us on Friday night, the 9th of September for the free-for-all happening at the Cali. It is going to be an end to a big week. Fitz is very excited about the education we're going to be doing all week. And if you want a Magna Carta show, come to your town. We can do that too. Very easy for us to do. Daniel, thank you very much for joining us tonight, mate. Thanks for creating what you have with Project Matilda.
Yeah.
And we are indebted to you. And we're very proud to be able to be part of this to help you build what we hope will be a leading community in Australia, if not the world, in the coming years. So more people join it, the better. $2 a month, or what, $35 a year, then, you know, it's the place to be, folks. It's the only place you're going to get real news. I guess, Daniel, if you've got people who would like to consider themselves maybe Fox reporters, Fox is a bad name, Cub reporters, then is there a platform potentially at Project Matilda for some wannabe journos to start putting their content together?
Well, we do. We've actually got news.projectmatilda.com, and that's our news platform. So if people have want to write their own articles, their own news articles, they're more than welcome to sign up and
prep stories.
And start putting their content up. So yeah, that'd be great.
We'd be happy to help you there, folks. If that's something you'd like to get into doing and you don't really know how to do it, then I can help you do that. And we'll send you out, arm you with your phone, give you an idea about a microphone and how to write a story, and set you up. You can become the eyes and ears
worse than the journalists whether we got out there. They're spruiking the bullshit, Carl, can they? At least you're going to be talking the truth, mate.
100% on the money there, brother. 100% on the money. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. I'll let you go off and do the things that you got to do on your evening. Thanks, Guru. Give Mel a kiss for me. And Daniel,
thank you.
I don't know who you could kiss at night, but whatever and whoever it is, give him a sloppy one. It'll all be good.
All right, see you guys. Thank you. Bye, mate.
You're right, mate. Anytime. You are welcome. You are welcome on the Voice of Freedom any time, my friend.
How can we keep you off your own channel?
Yeah. Just pick up the phone and call me, mate. It's that easy. Cheers, mate. All right, Guru. Thanks, mate. Good to see you. And you go back. What are you doing tomorrow? Raining down your way? You're pouring concrete? What are you doing?
I'm setting up, actually, but no, it's supposed to be another nice day, Carl. It's supposed to be a 23 or 25 or something down here. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Nice. All right. Well, stay nice. Stay out of the sun too much, mate. Don't go and get sunburned.
No worries.
So,
thank you.
Look after yourself, and we'll talk to you. All right. Thanks, folks. Appreciate your time tonight. There is another show coming our way on the 21st of September on the Sunshine Coast. If you want to come to a Voice of Freedom show, it's happening at the Waterfront Hotel in Didillabar. You can give them a call and tell them that you want to come to the show. People who book dinner will be given preference for seating, only because it is a relatively small venue, and we want to get those folks who want to help us get the message out, and the pub are giving us the room, provided a few people go in for dinner. So it seems like a pretty fair trade. Otherwise, they'd be charging us a small fortune, which we really can't afford to use. So if you are planning on coming, we'd love to see you on the Sunshine Coast, 21st of September. If we get oversubscribed, we will do a second show the following week. I will be back on the Sunshine Coast for those 2 weeks with another job, and we can do another show on the 28th. But that's only if we fill up what's happening on the 21st first. So the Waterfront Hotel in Didillabar is the place. Give them a call and tell them that you're coming to the Voice of Freedom show, and that you'd like to book a table for dinner. I think they'd like you in about 5 to 5:15 for dinner. The show doors will open about 7, and the show itself will kick off at 7:30 like it normally does. That's about it for the housekeeping, I think, this week, other than to say tomorrow night I may not have a show for you tomorrow night. We are moving tomorrow, or at least doing a fair chunk of the moving tomorrow, and there is a fair bit of travel involved in that, so I just may not be back home in time to put a show together. So if that is the case, don't panic. I'll be back Thursday, maybe from a new location. Well, provided I can get it all set up in time. So that'll all happen tomorrow. So yeah, don't fret or carry on or worry too much if I'm not around tomorrow. It's just simply we're moving. So finally got a roof over our heads, and we'll be in it for a couple of days before we leave for 2 weeks and head down south to see everybody down south. Singleton and Sydney. Might have some exciting news about Sydney coming up. I think Guru alluded to something. So that's pretty cool, and we'll see what happens. I have my suspicions, so we'll just wait and see. Anyway, love you folks. Thank you very much for your time tonight. Oh, the VoF HQ website is up and going, vofhq.com. There is new bits being added all the time. We haven't put up the stickers and associated other bits and pieces. I did see a question earlier. So will we have stickers for sale? Yes. So got a whole heap of stickers. these ones will be available in Singleton, and you'll be able to buy them there. I'm going to keep them for the live show at the moment, folks. If we've got any left, I'll do some online orders with them, but I'm getting another lot printed. It's just a matter of cash flow at the moment. So we've got to sell some to make some to get some printed. Basically, that's how it works. So go and check it out, vofhq.com. It's pretty basic at the moment, and I'm getting my first lesson tomorrow on how to upload all sorts of new and exciting content and create new pages and all that sort of stuff. I have created a list for people, and let me just see if I can bring it up here and post it in the chat. There's a lot of people here go looking for it and ask me. So people have been finding it very difficult to find a lot of the content from our Magna Carta lessons. People have been saying the Nun 2K website doesn't contain all of them, or they're hard to find. Now, there is a naming error in number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is called number 4 part 1, and number 5 is called number 5 part 2. Having a bad night that night, to apologise. They are, in fact, 4 and 5. And don't worry about the part numbers. Now, I'm just posting into the chat now a list of all 15. Now, these are links. I'm hoping that if you copy and paste them onto something, Word document or something, you should be able to click on them and take you straight there. But posting into the chat now are all the links to the shows for Magna Carta 1215 Learning Centre, starting at number 1 and finishing at number 15, which, of course, we put out last night. People are asking me a few questions here. September the 24th, any thoughts? I have a lot of thoughts about September. The 24th to the 28th, for me, holds some interest. That's about the best way of saying that. I wonder if Redcliffe RSL. Well, yeah, RSLs. I used to work at an RSL, and I discovered that quite sadly, the RSL is essentially sold the name out to the business that presents the beer and the food and everything else. They do donate, obviously, a bit to the sub-branches, but by and large, the sub-branches are left out. So I'm not sure how Redcliffe RSL would go, if they would be prepared to donate the room. The fact of the matter is, and this is the way, if you want to put an event on in your town, my advice is this: find a pub that does a meal trade, but on a Monday and a Tuesday night, they don't do many meals. So for a Monday or a Tuesday, or even potentially a Wednesday night, when they may have a function room and it's never got the lights turned on, but they've got staff working in the pub anyway, what would they say to giving us the function room? They don't have to put anybody in there for, drinks or a bar or anything like that. The people who come to these shows will buy drinks, but they're not there to get drunk. So if they need a drink, they'll go out and get one. They'll come back. We don't need to have, big bar facilities in the rooms. All we need is a room. And we'll bring 150 people or more to most places, and a lot of them will sit down, have a meal, and everyone will have at least one drink. Now, that's usually going to provide you a better Monday or Tuesday night as a publican than you normally have when 150 people don't turn up at your pub. So that would be the way I would be approaching your local venue, politely, and just saying, well, listen, we're going to bring you 150 people. We'll encourage them to come in for meals. You can't guarantee that people will go in for a meal, but we encourage people to, because it supports the pub that will support us. So it's all about scratching our back and scratching your back and scratching everybody else's back at the same time. And once everybody's had a good back scratch, we're going to feel pretty good. So find a venue that doesn't do a big meal trade on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Ask them whether or not they'd be interested in donating the room and turning the lights on, making sure there's a fresh keg on and the chef's prepared, because we're going to bring a few people in for dinner and we will book, so they'll know. That's my plan for you to go and find a venue for me to come and do a show. That's the easiest way. Go out, find one of those venues, then give me an email, and tell me exactly where you want me to come, and we will put a run together. So I'm not driving from one end of the country to the other, but I can sort of drive up north and do a run, come back and do a run down the inland, drive west and do a run, drive back and do another run, so that everybody who wants to get a show can get a show, and I don't do 3 laps around Australia to cover it. Not that I'd mind doing the 3 laps just between you, me, and the gatepost. But that's the plan. If you can help, great. Now, new email address along with the new website. You can still send emails to the old email address you've got, but carl@vofhq.com will now find me, and I think that's the one I'm going to make probably my main one at this stage. So carl@vofhq.com. There is also a guru@vofhq.com. And there is a Fitz@vofhq.com. So if you have a question for Fitz, send it to Fitz@vofhq.com. If you're game enough to ask Guru a question, then by all means, guru@vofhq.com, and it will go straight to him if he's managed to set up all his stuff in time. Okay, folks, so I hope you've been able to copy and paste all those links out of there. If not, they will be posted up on our brand new website, vofhq.com. Probably tonight, I believe our man is working on it, so they should be there by the morning. I'll leave it for that tonight, folks. Thank you very much for your input and your questions. I'm sorry about the trolls, and I'm sorry about swearing, getting a bit sweary. Just tired, moving house, you know what it's like. Bloody awful. No fun, bit stressed out. So I apologise. Probably got a thin cord tonight. So I will improve for you, I promise. Thanks again once for your time. And if you want to go and support us, you can do so at the website, vofhq.com. There is a donate button there, and everything that you do donate goes to help us put another litre or 2 of fuel in the car and get to the next event. And the next event will be Singleton, which is coming up all next week. Going to be absolutely massive. I'm really looking forward to it, Singleton. Can't wait to meet you. Thanks, folks. Have a good night. If you're going to be on the roads, it's going to be wet, particularly in the southeast corner of Queensland and northern New South Wales. So watch out for the dickheads. Please don't be one.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back.
Does anybody else want to stay?
Let's rock!